I it's been a minute, guys. It's been a minute. Let's go. I so I've officially well, not branded, but it's still a working title, but I thought it could it could do with some touching up. It could do with some touching up, guys. So, what I had decided to label the podcast as of now, completely original. I did my research. I did my research, guys. I did my research. I did my research. We're gonna call it the Cast Podcast. Thoughts, ideas? Be sure to spread some information. This is gonna be a somewhat ongoing series, of course, of me talking, whatnot. I love talking. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Um, it's a fairly interesting one too. So kind of kind of having my fun just spreading myself out with that, cause yeah, I wanted to as well. It was really weird, cause I had the strangest like thought at some point in life. I was like, I want to do my very first episode on my podcast, right? And so I did. I finally started the project. Got around to it. I was pretty happy about it. And so then after, um, oof, it's been a minute, guys. I forgot. I really forgot what the first epi or when the first episode was. I think it was about like 4 months ago is when I started the project. Whew. Yeah, that don't expect the episodes to come out too often. Then again, these are all gonna be unedited podcasts, so do do beg pardon for that. But yeah, it's whew, it's been a pretty interesting few months now. I just got finished with my summer semester for college. I'm going in, well, not, not, I'm skipping the stories, bro. Whew. I just finished my spring semester. Just finished it about a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago now, and I'm getting into the summer one, just, uh, just around the corner. And on top of that, I still have my fall semester to get through. Then afterwards, we're going to be transferring to the university that I wanted to attend since I was probably in middle school, bro. At least when they announced it, it was pretty interesting, especially with like everything that was going on over there at the college. I was like, bro, that's crazy. Hey, yo, let me get a bite. And I was like, yes, sir. But yeah, also, the image right here is Ghost. Um, I don't know why, but Ghost's character from Call of Duty has it, I don't know. It's just something about him that kind of like coincides with me in a way because I'm I'm a very peculiar person, of course. Once people get to meet me, which is not on the daily. I'm normally a very closed off person when it comes to social gatherings. Um, At times too, I tend to be a very dark person, like depression levels type dark. But like we don't talk about that. It's just like we don't talk about that one person, that one person. But yeah, it's fairly interesting too, cause yeah, I've been wanting to get more people on the podcast too, but this is my second one doing it by myself, so it's pretty interesting. Cause yeah, and I just really wanted to do the podcast again because I I wasn't really in the mood because I've had like certain uh like I'm not bored of video games. It's just that there's nothing good out as of now. Like I know Survivor, Dead Island 2, and whatnot had already come out, especially the new Lord of the Rings Golem. I've been wanting to get into it because the games look pretty interesting, and I would get around to them. So do expect them somewhat later in the future. I know it's going to be all late content, but at the same time, most people who do videos are normally just games that have already pretty much existed for a good while. But yeah, we'll get around to those games when we do. I still need to finish the God of War series. I forgot about that because I'm looking back at it now. I forgot we left it on episode 10. I know we finished Resident Evil 4. We might go back and play some more of the new playthrough, but it really just depends on how you guys feel. At the same time, too, we're also trying to finish up the Hogwarts Legacy uh, as well. I know one of those missions that we just got recently done doing from 2 weeks ago, saying that we were back, baby. Um, that mission was like almost like really long, especially for being almost an hour stream. Now that I'm looking at it, because I know like I think the longest going stream for my Hogwarts was probably about 3 hours, and that was for episode 5 when we were doing nothing but quests. So it's pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie, but um, yeah, it's. Whew. Like so there's so much to talk about and yet there's only so little to say and it's a it's a weird feeling too. Like, huh. Like there's at points in like time in your life where like you think that you like it's already it's already becoming more difficult than it is already. That's crazy. Um, hmm. Um, I don't know if we should lighten the mood with like some random non-copyright music or something. I don't know. Just in the background. Uh, but like I said, we're gonna be getting back into gaming. I know my most recent video that just dropped this morning, it was just gameplay from last night. First game on being my victory royale, 3 kills in ranked. It's nothing to brag about. But I know the other 2 games following directly after that. I forgot what it was. Whew. Yeah, 2 games directly after the first win, it turned into a absolute trash show in a way, I believe. I don't know. But like I said, whew, whew, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, guys. It's been a minute. What's this? Oh, please don't be loud. Oof. So weird. I don't know how loud it's gonna be. That's that's pretty loud. I don't like that. I think we're better off just playing. Where is it? What is this? I don't know what this is. Oh, what? Oh, that's crazy. No, no, please, please get me out of it. Get me out of it. I don't want to be in it. No, no, turn that off. Ooh, classic, classic. That's right, classic. We're getting back into the classic arc. Okay, not that type of classic. Probably like probably this type of classic. It's pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's just me. But I am tempted to know how you guys are doing, cause yeah, I still exist, apparently. Still here, still kicking it, of course. Gonna try this new drink I got. As long as the can wants to be. Okay, there we go. We got all the air out. Aside from the splashback, but that's okay. Ugh. Why does it taste like that? Hmm. Oh, I had to double back on that. Ugh. It's called Moon Knight Cherry. It tastes pretty good, but it's kind of weird, especially for being an energy drink. And I'm like, eh. But yeah. Hmm. Pretty interesting, pretty interesting. Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Zelda came out, guys. Zelda came out. If any of y'all play it, I know a few duplication glitches. I ain't gonna lie. But at the same time too, it shows up in my recommended on my phone whenever I'm scrolling through YouTube. It's like it's talking about I just look up videos on how to do some of the shrines because my brain functions, then it doesn't function, so I'm not like 100% sure half the time like what I'm doing. So I have to like get some extra closure for it, cause yeah. um, hmm. What's fairly interesting too is that what is it? What is it? What is it? I already forgot, bro. My brain is so dead right now. Not physically. I'm kind of slow, cause once it hits 12 a.m., my brain it's gonna be on something. My brain just be doing the goopy goober. It be doing the yeah. It be doing the hey. But hmm. Um, huh. June 15th. Oh, I knew it wasn't even June yet. Ha, I'm so dumb. It's so funny. I'm like, huh, peculiar. Then it just goes. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. But yeah, no. Apparently from the new Zelda game, with a new recent update for I think 1.1.2. I don't know. I forgot what it was. I can look it up right now. Yeah, it was for 1.1.2 where they got rid of basically almost a vast majority of all the duplication, a vast majority of the duplication glitches, one of which was being the arrow glitch with the items, another one being the shield jump glitch where you're able to pause mid-frame while being in your inventory to grab the items, but they had to be at the very, very end slot, like they are brand new to your inventory and everything, and so on and so forth. And yeah, I I had duplicated in the game because Yes, and I only duplicated the diamond so far because I needed rupees. And you know how hard of a grind it is to get rupees, especially when you're not getting everything in collectively. On top of that too, I'm also trying to get almost all the clothing. I do know I just recently got one of the items from the Gloom, which is from like the far off uh, side of the island, which is pretty cool. At the same time too, I need to start collecting the amiibos. That's right, because some of them have what is it? Some of them have like special features for like the armors to the game, which is a pretty interesting idea, which is pretty cool. But like at the same time, it's like, is it really though? But at the same time, like you gotta think about it. Is it or is it not? But that's just like, mm, interesting. But yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot there is a glitch in Elden Ring. That's crazy. Bro, they're still finding glitches. That's crazy. Like, I'm looking at it right now, and people are still finding glitches for like everything right now. So that's actually really cool. I don't know why. It's fascinating to see. But at the same time too, not, it's fascinating, but at the same time it's like not, because it kind of sucks out the fun. But at the same time, most people don't like doing all the effort. I'm one of those people, but at the same time, I like actually working for the items, aka the armors, at least certain ones that you cannot really, like you could duplicate the armor, of course, but, or actually, I know, I don't think you can. I don't think, actually, no, I think you're able to carry more than two sets of the same armor. Because it was letting me rebuy, or I think it might have been a one-time buy for like the flame protection or flame guard armor from forgot the name. Don't quote me on it. Do not quote me on it. I say the Rock People Village, who live in the volcano. But yeah, it's really weird. Um, hmm. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I've already gotten about roughly 20, 20 25 hours into the game right now on my Switch. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. Um, hmm. Oh yeah, apparently, I think what was it? It's the overall the gameplay. It's for I don't know why I'm being like this right now. It's like my brain's trying to process what I'm seeing. But no, it seems as the new Lord of the Rings, from what everybody's saying. I've already watched gameplay of it. I haven't played the game personally. It looked good from the trailer, but seeing the actual optimization for the game and some don't quote me on it, but Moist Critical, aka Charlie, no hate. I love the YouTuber. Pretty good source for information, especially basically opinions. Pretty cool. Um, he's already said the worst game of the year so far, which is Lord of the Rings Golem. Because from the gameplay I was watching from another YouTuber, don't quote me on it, was Yeah, he was playing it and the camera was stuttering so much, even on like high graphic settings and low graphic settings. Like it, nothing was fixing it. Like the camera would just freeze every time you like try to rotate the camera into like a different position, and it was like it was really weird to see because in all actuality, when you look at it, it's like, huh. But at the same time, you're like, why is it acting that way? Because the PC ported games, knowing that some of them are strictly made for, well, some that are made for console and whatnot, it's kind of like, eh. But at the same time, you're like, ooh, that's like that's a no bueno. But at like the same time, you're like, hmm. But it's like I said, very, very interesting because certain games now, like I said, for the PC port, well, not like I said, I'm gonna say it now. Certain games for PC ported, for the PC port, aka Lord of the Rings Golem, it requires you to have a very, very up-to-date graphics card, meaning I think you need like a 3080 or 3090 if you're going to be running the high graphics with a DLSS 4, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on it, like I said. Um, you need roughly about 32 gigabytes worth of RAM, if not more. Um, and that's just for like minimum requirements too. And the game is about 60 gigabytes on PC. Just think of how much that would be on console, but being a little bit better on its frame rate. Because like the frame rate was just fine. It's just, like the camera movement's like so static at certain points in the game, or at least like just during normal gameplay that makes it feel unplayable. And you don't want that because it's automatically gonna make the launch of the game at start look very bad, and it's gonna be very hard to recover from it in its current state as of right now with certain optimizations when they should be doing it beforehand. Because game companies are just rushing out games like this that are supposed to be like AAA games, of course, like winning all these awards, Game of the Year or the Gotti, um, and they have poor optimization, and so they're having to roll out bug fixes and whatnot through updates, and I'm like, dude, like you couldn't have just done that before the game released. And also with the pricing of certain games too is like kind of going up. Like you don't even see a difference within the graphics sometimes. So it's like it's kind of hard to gauge where that stands. But yeah, no, I'm literally just talking, so it's funny. Um, huh. Oh yeah, that's right. The last podcast was like less than half an hour. 24 minutes and 37 seconds to be precise. Pretty interesting. I'm definitely gonna be playing more Tears of the Kingdom though, because I'm not finished with the game, and I just got started on basically all three. I've already finished the I already forgot the name, and I'm so sad, and I'm very mad about it too, because I know you guys are gonna quote me on it, even though I'm just gonna say not to. The Bird People. I believe they are the Rito Warriors. The Rito Warriors. That should be correct. The Rito Warriors. I just finished their area. I finished off the first boss. He was actually a really interesting boss, especially knowing that you needed a fairly decent amount of stamina if you're going to stay in the air pretty long. And of course, you had to make sure all your bow shots were hitting because there was about roughly 3 stages, but technically only 2 because he had like 3 iced out like rings on his 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 skeleton that you'd have to shoot at. Then once it got into I think the second phase, which was technically the last, you would have to be very precise on I think 2 or the 3 of the iced circles, because they would be like little spider webs once you broke through the actual ice. then it would be like the spider web, then you would actually have to be sure the arrow hit that in order for it to fully break to deal the damage. Because there's no other way to deal damage until, well, there's no other way to deal the damage unless you shot um, the ice off of him. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. Also, the Minecraft 1.20 update is coming out next month apparently, which is really interesting. June 7th is confirmed to be 1.20's release date for Tales and Trails, or not Tales, Trails and Tales. So it says Minecraft 1.20 update release date confirmed, and our expectation has been met by Mojang has officially confirmed the launch date for 1.20. In the latest Minecraft monthly episode on YouTube, the developer confirmed that the new Minecraft 1.20 Trails and Tales update will be released as said, so that I said earlier, June 7th. But they already have a pre-release for the 1.20 right now in Java for anybody who's wanting to play it. Apparently they added some new technical changes with some of the commands, which one of the new damage types is called outside the border and generic kill. Random sequences for loot tables are now deterministic. Changes in server properties encoding string data sources for the data command now accept negative boundaries, which are interpreted as index counted from the end of the string. The changes to the colored wool carpets beds can now be dyed to any other color, so it was fairly interesting to see that they did this, because anything that is already colored, you'll be able to recolor it again. I don't know why they got rid of that feature, but it was able to be done back during like the early days of like the aquatic update or the I forgot what it was. It was the pillagers update. Village and Pillage was the update. That's right. Village and Pillage. That was the update when they introduced dying beds and the Woodland Mansion, of course, with basically that whole expansion. Some loot table random sequences that are also shown is the game uses random sequences to deterministically produce loot for loot tables, of course, whatnot. But this is just pre-release information, of course, which is interesting to look at. I already own Java, so if I wanted to, I could play it at any point in time. Probably start a world on that too. We might start a hardcore series. It might not go too well, because PvP is not my strong suit, as you've already seen for most of my videos. It's pretty interesting. What else? Minecraft Legends, that's right. The game's concept is pretty cool. It's almost similar to Minecraft Legends, right? Or I'm so dumb. See, it is already about to be 12 on the dot, and my brain is losing it. Okay, so Minecraft Legends is almost basically similar to World of Warcraft. It's just Minecraft. It's a little bit open world. Resource grinding is not the best, and I really wish it was a little bit simpler. And it's really grind heavy because they want you to spend so much time in that game in order to make full progress. Because once you get through the first bit of the tutorial to the game, it's like, okay, then they just leave you on your way, and I'm like, dude, what the heck? Minecraft Dungeons, on the other hand, I believe is going into its 4th season so far, if I'm not mistaken. If not, I think we might be in the 3rd one for Funa Fair. Because that was because we had Cloudy Climb, then we have the Luminous Nights when they introduced towers. Or no, I think that might have been after. No, that was Cloudy Climb that introduced towers. Then it was Luminous Nights when they introduced the ruins in the tower. Then it's Funa Fair when they started introducing some new concepts. So we only gotten through like 3 seasons so far for Minecraft Dungeons. Not bad. I already got the Ultimate Edition. I own it on like two different consoles. I have it on, well, not consoles. I own it on PlayStation, of course. I technically also have it on Game Pass, but that's for free because I already own Game Pass. And I have it on PC too because I was like, okay, why not? And on top of that, for Minecraft, if you guys haven't already heard, you guys need to start migrating over your Java account if you already have Java before Bedrock, because you will lose access to that once it gets up to that date. So it is better you merge your account now than later, because it's not going to be so good. And you're going to lose a lot. Because I think they will purge the Java account if it is not merged with Microsoft. Because Microsoft owns Minecraft, and it's personal opinion, it's kind of dumb. The way they're running Bedrock server is kind of, and I'm like, bro, why? Just why? It's just really boring, and they kind of messed up my Minecraft 2 on my PlayStation, bro. I can't even play Legacy anymore. Legacy was like the OG Minecraft, where you're basically able to play with no FOV. Like, you didn't have an FOV whatsoever. Camera was already just zoomed in, and it was the best feeling ever. Also, the ability to basically craft on your own instead of having it like with like a little crafting menu like right there that you just get to select it and whatnot. This Legacy's crafting, there's two different types of crafting. It was almost basically identical to the way it's in Bedrock, but it was a lot more simpler because it was an actual like bar. But for Bedrock, it's not like that anymore because it's different, and yeah, it's being stinky. Um, but no, as I was saying, crafting bar, Legacy. It's literally a rectangle. It has different selections for the categories that you're trying to do. They got tools, they got uh, redstone, they got miscellaneous, like crafting the emeralds, diamond blocks. Used to be a lot of duplication glitches back then. You can still do it. It's with the pick block, and my friends and me were just going off on it on Legacy. Like we were being cool kids about it. Like it was interesting. It really was. It was really interesting having that feeling, and I really want to go back to it because there's many games that I still want to play, which was like a PvP. I still want to play Glide. Tumble was also pretty good. I don't know why they called it Tumble. They could have just called it Spleef if they wanted to, because that's basically what it was. But yeah, that's basically what it was. I think we already pretty much got into a good majority of our topics that we really wanted to talk about here in the episode today. There would be a lot more that we add on, at least once we get around to it, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to think of what else. It's likely possible that I probably skipped over something at some point. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, um, definitely going to be doing, I'm definitely gonna be, I'm definitely gonna be playing the, uh, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Dead Island 2, at least once I get around to them. Final Fantasy 16 is coming out next month, around the 21st, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on it, but it is. Possibly, like I said, don't quote me on it. It might be. I don't know. I kind of forgot the day. Um, on top of that, too, I believe we don't have a release date yet. I don't think yet for the new Spider-Man 2 game that's coming out. I watched the trailer for that. Oh my goodness gracious, bro. The graphics look almost exactly identical from the original Spider-Man and Miles Morales, of course. Bunch of new gameplay mechanics, bro. The symbiotic, or, um, the symbiote suit, aka Venom, is coming to the game. If none of y'all have seen the trailer. Sorry, spoilers. Should have said that sooner. Um, leave the stream now if you don't want to hear spoilers. Just go and watch the trailer, then come back here. You'll still probably hear me talking, but like the trailer is pretty good gameplay wise. I believe Venom, or at least the symbiote suit on Peter Parker, is gonna play a massive role. They introduced Kurt Connors as I forgot his. Li- we're just gonna say Lizard Man. I don't know. Lizard Man, of course, and he looks like an absolute crocodile whenever he's in the waters, bro. Like, ooh, I was like, bro, these scenes are crazy. They even shot down a plane with a drone in the trailer. I was like, you did that to Genki's drone? Ain't no way. And he had just recently built it too, I believe, from the first or the second Spider-Man game, aka Miles Morales, which should have technically been labeled as Spider-Man 2, but it was technically it's off-brand DLC, just introducing a new character. But then again, I still can't see as to why it couldn't just have been Spider-Man 2, of course. Then they're making an actual Spider-Man 2, but they could have called that one Spider-Man 3. Like, what's so hard about labeling it? But I believe we got into like mm, fair share of our topics, at least for right now. There would be a lot more to talk about, but like, but you know, then we'll get into more. Hopefully by next episode we'll probably have a person joining us on the stream. So, uh, just wish for the best. I'm gonna see if I can try and get one of my best friends on so we can have a chat and just talk about random stuff. Um, yeah, I know you guys didn't really hear me do like my whole like swearing thing. I just kept it laid back for right now, especially for the podcast. Gotta at least keep the podcast clean somehow. But at some point in time, they will come back. They will come back. Specifically when my friends are joining the podcast, of course. It's gonna be a fun one. But I hope you guys enjoyed me ranting yet again for the second time from, well, the Colecast podcast. Cause it's your boy Cole. This is the Colecast podcast, and I'm your host Cole. And I am signing off for tonight. And I hope you guys